What's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy JJ here, back with some more Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. Last time, we captured the three members of the Reggie trio here in Ramanas Park, and as you can see in today's episode, we're going to be going after Entei and the rest of the legendary beasts. Now, before I started recording this episode, there was a bit of an error, excuse me. Thankfully, I did not do anything after catching the Golem trio, in between catching Entei. However, I did not stock up on getting any items either, but I think we have enough Pokeballs to actually catch it. Hopefully. Entei itself has the moves Lava Plume, Sunny Day, Swagger, and Extra Sensory. And just like and I found out in between episodes that every legendary in Ramanas Park has its hidden ability, which is why the Golems had Sturdy, Ice Body, and I believe Heavy Metal. I believe it was. So all three members of the Legendary Beast trio will have Inner Focus for the ability. Unfortunately, Entei does carry Swagger, so it can raise our attack, but I'm hoping that it burns us, so it'll get our attack cut in half. But I don't think we'll be able to actually let that happen now because it's a bit too low. So the only thing we can really do now is start throwing Pokeballs until we faint. I mean, I could try switching out to waste turns and have it, I guess burn us like this afterwards. Well, we just burned us now. My plan doesn't really make too much sense when I'm saying it, but in my head it was. But we're burned now, so let's hope it doesn't confuse us with Swagger. And at least we can paralyze it now, hopefully. Let's hope this works. Slow health but no paralysis. Dang. Let's work with that anyway. We've been dealt the cards. Let's roll with it. From what I've experienced here, though, I think Dusk Balls do not get affected by this area. I haven't really had too much luck in here, in the fail recordings. But you never know, maybe it's just my bad RNG. Another thing about these recordings is that every single time I've tried, it hasn't even been counted to one, it just breaks out immediately. And I think we go down here. Yeah. I've been considering going back and teaching Roserade Stun Spore, but I don't even think that's gonna work. I mean, Manaphy can wall this thing, but if it's not paralyzed, it doesn't waste any turns being fully paralyzed to raise the catch rate for the timer ball, which sucks. Got one shake there, but what was the point of that? How did you avoid Swagger? And I know I said Dusk Balls don't really work too well here, at least from my experiences, but you never really know, because maybe, again, just like there, it was 3 rolls. Maybe just my bad luck, and I'm using them even if they don't work, for the sake of raising the timer ball's level. Catch rate, excuse me. As for Entei itself, it strangely is a physical attacker that learns a lot of special moves, unfortunately. It's not a bad legendary Pokemon, since it does get physical fire moves like Sacred Fire and I believe Flare Blitz now. And with moves like Bulldoze, Stone Edge, Extreme Speed, Crush Claw, and Iron Head, it is a very good physical attacker. But there are just other Pokemon that can do its job a bit more potently, so it's not bad, just kind of outclassed. But Entei as a Pokemon is badass, and I think we can all agree on that because of the 4th movie, I believe it was, the one where the Illusion Entei had to face down Charizard. That fight was brutal, and I loved it, and I think so many people loved it as well. And let's hope. Well, I'd say I want to face Raikou next because it'll probably be the hardest one to catch. However, we can actually paralyze Suicune, since Raikou cannot be paralyzed. But it is what it is. We'll try to catch both regardless. And thankfully, Manaphy can pretty much wall this thing. It chips us down slowly and surely, but we can tank its Lava Plume easily, and Extrasensory doesn't appear to be doing too much damage. Watch it get a crit right now. It's level 70 as well, just like the other legendaries here, so it's gonna do damage. It's a Pokeball. Let's try a Premier Ball. Breaks out immediately. It's gonna be so much easier with Paralysis, but even then, in one of the previous recordings that failed, I had it paralyzed and it still didn't stay in the Pokeball. Come on, Entei. Work with me here, man. I mean, it's a Pokeball, but still, it can work. 1. We finally counted to 1. After this, we'll try a few Ultra Balls and then a Timer Ball. Well, guess one of the Ultra Balls now. One, 2. Managed to get to 2 that time. We get a crit catch, please. Breaks out immediately. Come on. Would you believe if I told you I had like 100, actually, did I buy more Ultra Balls before this? Pretty sure I bought a few, but not too many. I think I'm gonna go buy more afterwards, though. We're gonna need to if it keeps breaking out like this. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and we caught it, thankfully. Oh boy, that one was rough. No game as per usual, and let's check it out. Impish, another really good nature for it. Decent stats all around, and we had it down quite a bit in power points, but average. Nothing too serious, at least. And now we can see what the room looks like, and I apologize for not showing that on camera. Right in the dead center, too. What sucks is that once you put in that slate, you can't leave. You're stuck with the legendary until either you catch it or kill it. And we get an Entei statue. Thankfully, this clerk over here has more Pokeballs. It's 62 before, or 62 now. Round it out to 100. And I will give you guys, actually, I'm not going to give you anything, sorry about that. Well, I hope I give you good content. I will be right back. I'm going to go heal up my Pokemon here, and I'll meet you guys back in the Johto Hall. Alright guys, back here in the Johto Hall. And I stocked up on more Ultra Balls, and got my team healed up. So let's find out who we're facing next. Yeah, we have 2 choices left. Let's see who it is. Finally entering the Johto slate in. And it's Suicune. Okay, so we're saving the toughest for last, I guess. Gonna save up right here. Let's get to it. Another high stat Pokemon here. Suicune is a bulky monster. It has very decent very good special defense and defense stats, and I believe decent HP. Its attack stat isn't the worst, special attack either, which is a bit higher, decently fast, and all around just generally good mon that defines the phrase bulky water. And I think we paralyze it right away. A lot of good strategies with Suicune involve stuff like Scald, Roar, Toxic, Ice Beam, Icy Wind I believe too. So even though it's not really known for doing too much besides those moves, it can still pack quite a punch. And even with stuff like Surf too. Surf and Muddy Water I believe it also gets. I honestly don't really get why they decided to make Suicune the mascot of Crystal and having it have a large presence in the story of Heart Gold Soul Silver, or kind of the story I guess. But honestly, I'm not complaining. Suicune is a very good mon that we just caught on the first ball. What is this? What? I guess I'm singing its praises made it decide to go with us. Was not expecting that. But I didn't even have enough time to really comprehend or explain what Suicune was all about. Quirky nature, all around good stats. But yeah, let's look at this. 184 defense, 187 special defense, 152 special attack, 241 HP. Its speed stat is a bit lacking, but I believe it's generally meant to be a quote-unquote slow, bulky water type. But all around, Suicune is just really good. And it used 2 moves, one of which couldn't even work because it's a counter move. I am not complaining though. I'm glad we caught it this fast as compared to Entei. And now we can face the last of the 3. We did get a little bit banged up with Surf, but it is what it is. I could have just healed up with items, but I didn't really feel the need to. That's 10 HP. I think we're gonna be fine. I'm not starting with Snorlax anyway. I want to use Manaphy because, and the reason for that is, since we cannot paralyze the last Pokemon, the best bet is to freeze it, which depends on how much Ice Beam does. And here it is. Gonna save one more time, and let's begin. Every member of the trio has had pretty good stats. Raikou is pretty much, I don't want to say a better Jolteon, but it's the same in terms of principle. Very fast, very good special attack, so it is likely to move first and do a lot of damage when doing so. It's best known for stuff like Volt Switch, T-Bolt, Shadow Ball, Weather Ball in Sword and Shield, Scald now it gets, Extreme Speed, Aura Sphere. It has a good variety of stuff it can use. It hasn't been able to do it all perfectly, but Raikou has always been, in my opinion, a very solid mon, and my personal favorite of the trio. Just like Jolteon is my favorite evolution. Hopefully this last Ultra Ice Beam can actually freeze it. I'm surprised we've actually been able to outspeed too. This might be a lower speed Raikou, but it's fine. It has Rain Dance, Extra Sensory, I'm assuming Discharge or Thunderbolts, and I think it just uses a Light Screen as well. I'm guessing Dust Ball does indeed work here since we caught Suicune in the first ball, so let's hope for the best. Of course it doesn't work here, but it was a try. Didn't even have to use one of the new, one of the Ultra Balls I bought since I caught up to 100. Reflect, that's what it was. That was close. He used it and it wore off. I like when the AI does that. It's always funny to me. I might be wrong in saying this, but it's probably true. Catching Suicune on the first ball like that was most likely a fluke, because what are the odds of that? I know we paralyzed it, but still. 1, 2... Rain Dance, Reflect, Extra Sensory, and whatever the 4th move is. If it's a Discharge, it hasn't used it yet, which I'm pretty sure it is. One. If the Dusk Balls don't start working, actually I'll keep going until the nearest 10 rounding down. It's probably at least 60 at this point. Then I'll start using some of the Ultra Balls and Premier Balls. And I think Raikou might have the most power points. Probably wrong about that though. 2, 3, and we caught it. Cool. Now we can finally relax a little bit. Well-deserved level up on Manaphy. Wants to learn its signature move, Heart Swap. I will not be teaching it this, but I can at least explain what it does in lieu of Suicune getting caught so early. So Heart Swap employs Psychic Power to switch stat changes with the target, which is pretty much what Psych Up does, but in a bit of a different sense. Psych Up will let you copy whatever the opponent does, so if the opponent uses Bulk Up, using Psych Up, you can copy that stat buff. Heart Swap pretty much steals the Bulk Up boost from the opponent and gives it to yourself. Very useful move if you can use it correctly, but I don't think Manaphy really needs it, especially not in this case, so we can go on without it. And I was so worried about both of these two, and I caught them both easily. Suicune and Raikou, I mean. Entei has always been the hardest one for me to catch, at least in this case. And there we go. I feel like it's kind of fitting though that Entei gave the best fight. And that's it. That's the Beast Trio of Johto all caught. So next time on Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, we'll move on to one of the other rooms that are available to us, starting with, I believe it was called the Soul Room. And I'll see you guys then.